Okay, welcome back, boys and girls. Here we are at the business end of the championship. This is final assignment number 6. This is our second set of heats for the to win the finals of the championship. So, yeah, be prepared for some strong gameplay. We'll warn you there is a couple of dead heats in this match, just because both teams are sort of getting pretty tired, but are also getting very cautious with the way they played. So, there is a few tedious moments within these battles, but stay tuned and watch it. You'll learn a few tactics, learn a few tricks, maybe. But you'll also see how we managed to put the nail in the coffin. So let's get into our first heat. This is back on this particular map again. We learned a few things from the previous one, but yeah, let's just see how this went. Enjoy, boys and girls. So again, like last time that we met these guys in this map, we are sitting back. Again, we're not making sure we're going near that tower in the centre. We're also, because we're slow and we're tanky, we don't really want to put ourselves in a position where we have to try and outrun something that's fast. So we are the tanks in the match here. It's pretty interesting to play these guys actually, because these guys run a lot of fast mechs. The Stalker's really quick. Their kill shots are really quick. So yeah, it was interesting to see how the short little fast mechs go up against tanks like Spartan and myself. So let's just see how we went here. This is one of the tedious rounds that I mentioned that were kind of a dead heat. So if you do wish to fast forward, by all means fast forward. But I mean, this is a little bit of dancing. So yeah, try and enjoy this for the tedious 30 seconds that are left of the match. So again, as mentioned, like we were last time in Heat 5 or Assignment 5, I'm trying to lure, I think it's Glitch up the top there, I'm pretty sure it is. I'm trying to lure Glitch's little Zephyr out, and I'm fairly confident he's in his little Zephyr, just waiting to ambush us. So not really working, no one's really trying to push into any sort of situation they don't want to be in. So yeah, we're pushed past our, we're pushed into overtime now, so again, very sorry for the dance recital, but hey, this is what tends to happen when both teams are getting pretty sort of cautious of each other. Well, here we go, some action, some short-lived action, but yeah. Alright, let's bring on the crickets. Okay, again, changing tactics. Don't want to be too stagnant and don't want to be too predictable, because then you just sort of leave yourself to a point where they know what to do here each time. And not being predictable got me the first blood, so there we go. So in hindsight, which hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Retreating back to there wasn't very smart. What I really should have done is stayed at the base of the tower. Probably would have got H4 at just a little time after getting his mate up the top, but that didn't happen, so probably not really worth talking about it, but, you know, I did anyway. Okay, so like in the first heat of the last assignment, I kind of let Spartan down a bit here because we were too far away and I couldn't get to help him. I was coming, he sent me like 4 help requests, but the Ares is a big slow tank, so yeah, I didn't even get close to him before Glitch took him out. So, oh well, that is very unfortunate, but we'll keep trucking and make some more damage where we can.
2, 1.
And that's the second heat down. So an interesting thing to point out with these guys is that almost every game we played with them ran into three heat games. So again, very competitive. Although we did have some dead heats and stuff. Yeah, pushing into 3 heats per match is pretty competitive by my standards, I think. Okay, so I pointed it out in assignment 5 when we matched up on this map, but again, look at the ramp and you'll see it. It's not quite there at the minute, but is it? Again, look at the ramp. You'll see Glitch's shadow running down the ramp. So, and again, in the heat of battle, neither Spartan nor I noticed it. There it is. There's his little shadow. Hello, little fella. But yeah, I don't actually know what he's in. I was sure it was a Zephyr because I'm dead certain that H4 was trying to lure us down there to be zapped up. But both Spartan and I are well within the range now, and we didn't get zapped. So maybe he was in something different. Maybe he's kill shot. I don't know, but we'll soon find out.
Three, 2, 1.
And here we are again, 0 kills into overtime. So I don't think this map played to our strong points on either team side. Either that or we were both just too scared to try and to do anything for the fear of being smashed to pieces. So who knows? Dead heats, yeah, well. So just a few more seconds on the clock. Look, Glitch is still sitting up there. What is he in? Come on, Glitch. What are you doing, mate? And draw. Dead heat. Didn't realise at the time that if we drew there, we would lose that heat. So, good job at running that to the end of the clock, boys. And into the highlights reel. From what highlights we did have. And here we are again, back on red carpet. So I don't know if you guys watched the last assignment video, but this was our most deadly heat within assignment 5. A lot of damage, a lot of different tactics, a lot of messed up gameplay. Just a brutal match. But let's just see how we run this the second time around. Remember, we're all a bit tired. We're all getting a little bit cautious, so might not be quite as brutal as Heat 5's, as assignment 5's match. So, yeah, just enjoy, guys. Okay, we are in another dance recital. So if you like to watch robots dance around on the spot, like what I'm doing here, Zephyr does look pretty funny dancing, doesn't it? Then this is for you. But like I said, we were all getting a bit tired, a bit weary, a bit cautious, and here we go, pushing to overtime again. Haven't really seen the opposition much, and I'm sure they haven't really seen us either. So yeah. See if we can do something to turn that around, eh? Alright, we'll go up the corner here. But we'll say, and this is a mention to one of our previous competitors. This was Troll Faces. Up in the corner here was actually a really good spot for seeing your enemy. It gave you a good look across the top of red carpet. So there you go, I've seen him pop up. And if I just had a couple more seconds, that wouldn't have been a cricket's job. Next. Okay, here we are again, up in the corners, scouting. Like I said, this was a good place to see across the top of the structures in red carpet and suss out where your opponents are. Now you see we've been seen. This is kind of what our fourth assignment opponents did. That was Troll Faces. We modified it a bit more, or I did at least anyway, but you see Spartans move with me. We're switching corners. We've been seen again. We've seen H4 switching corners. Move around. Don't stay where you've been seen, then you be predictable. A lot of the 2v2 gameplay started to become shadow games. Tricking people into where you were, and that's basically what we were doing, and then moving on. And you'll see in a minute that they were doing a very similar thing. Their tactics were a bit different, and I'll mention them as I go. Alright, so keep an eye out on what's been going on. There are H4s in the middle again, so moving around. Both teams using the best tactics they could to get an advantage over the other.
Fire.
Okay, two tactics to mention here. One is their tactic where they had a Zephyr somewhere under their ramp or something and zapping me up, and then our tactics where I had Spartan behind me with the system crash that was able to free me up so I can get back to fighting, and it kind of scared H4 back away because he couldn't really contend with me at that point. They will do that tactic again, but like I did say, 2v2 started to become quite tedious, and it was a lot of shadow tactics. You'll see it in a second. Again, where are we? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So again, zapped up, and then Spartan has freed me up. So we've pushed into another dead heat. 0 kills. So we need to turn this around, don't you think? Let's turn this up a bit. Off we go, boys and girls. Okay, so I've switched robots down with the Zephyr, and let's just play them at their own game. So this is actually quite a good tactic to just sit here with the Zephyr. Don't really aim at using the Zephyr much for an assault type situation, really just a support type situation. But I mean, if you can run in to do some kills, then hell, why not? Let's see if we could just bait them into a position where we can zap them up and then take them out. So Spartan is just tagging him with the attack now. Command not purely just to say go and kill him, because that would be quite silly at this point. But basically just to say, look, there he is over there. We do this a few times where we've said, look, mate, he's over there, but yeah, we didn't really act on the attack now button. So we are pushing dangerously close to overtime again. In fact, we will move into overtime again. This becomes a very bad situation for a split second, and I do panic because look at the arcs. The arcs come off a Spartan and onto me, and it spooked me into setting off my Zephyr ability. We have moved away, but let's see if we can get him. We need one kill. Look, just one kill. We've played a whole battle without a bloody kill.
3, 2, 1.
And that was the kill we needed. One lonely kill for a whole match. Far out. Really didn't want to make that a dead match. Dead heats are bad enough. Dead match? No, thank you. So, as you can see, one kill for the whole match. And let's get into the highlights reel. So, here you can see I'm just showing a couple of tactics. So, that was our tactic where Spartan took out my Zephyr's setup, and then the one tactic that was the final kill for the match. Okay. So, here we are, back where we all began. This was the match, this is the map that we had in first assignment, and they smashed us both maps. So, let's just see if we learnt a fair bit from our first assignment. I will say that Spartan and I did look over the footage from our first assignment quite a few times and learned a few tactics, and I will try and point them out as I see them. So, enjoy this battle, guys, because this was actually quite brutal. Alright, so in Beatdown Club, this is a brilliant spot to sit just to scout out the spawn points. So, if you keep moving around, and it's kind of like driving a truck, really, checking your mirrors to make sure nothing's up the left-hand side or the right-hand side. Here, I was moving left to right, checking the spawn point left, checking the spawn point on the right. I know they're both over near the right-hand spawn point at this point. So, yeah, you will see that one will move across soon. But yeah, this was really good. You need to do this with something tanky, something that will take a bit of a pounding. So my Ares is perfect for that. But something you can also move around and just see what's coming from the spawn points. Okay, so this was a more personal skills tactic that I pointed out with Spartan over the footage that we reviewed, was dodging the missile rack rockets. You can see perfectly there, and it will be in the highlights reel, that most of Glitch's rockets missed Spartan, and he was very good at sidestepping and dodging them, and ultimately won the dogfight there as well. So there we go, first round down and 2 kills, yay! It's not a dead heat for a change. Alright, second round. Let's get cracking. Okay, so again, this was an unintentional tactic. I ended up the top here, but a very good tactic nonetheless. Spartan was down the bottom, and again, there's that rocket dodge, because you'll see in a second, there's barely any damage to Spartan, and we've managed to double team Glitch and just take him out. So, no offense to Glitch, but we sort of picked that up from the first assignment loss, that the boys just used their kill shots and come over the tabletop there with the rockets blaring and expected the dash to do the damage. So it was the main thing that Spartan and I discussed about if we match these guys in the finals. Another good point there. He did try and sidestep the rockets, but H4 was a little bit better. At closer range, it's a lot harder to dodge rockets. Okay, here we go. 100% face-to-face Ares versus Stalker. Both of them are very, very closely matched, but you can see he just beats me to the punch, and obviously, because he killed me under ability, he gets a bit of health back. Jeez, I wish my Ares got that, but I guess I do have 27,000 damage on the shield, so, you know. And what can we do to tip it back? So we're 4 kills to 2. See if we can sort of stretch it out a bit further.
Three, two, one.
And there we go, done and dusted, boys and girls. So that was one of the only matches that we had where we didn't push through the 3-round heat. Oh, there's my Ares up on top of the podium as well. That's a nice little prize here. But yeah, these guys were very, very competitive. It was awesome that we beat them, being that we lost them in the first assignment. I will just mention here, this is some of the playback with Spartan sidestepping the rockets from Glitch. This was our tactic again, where I had Spartan behind me. The Glitches locked me up, but Spartans managed to take out the shock pulse, and ultimately we've killed Glitch at the end of it. You will notice here that Spartan did not take a lot of damage after Glitch attacked him there, so again, very good with the sidestep. Obviously Spartan practiced that a fair bit. Didn't quite be so successful here, but we were close range. A few rockets. What are we doing here? Oh, Spartan's in the kill shot. And that's a good hit back from H4. And I do like that I got a chance to put my carbines in here a couple of times. Probably not the best weapon in the game, but good for a bit of fun. And where we have it, this was the final dying seconds of the match. So Glitch saw the last kill of the match. So, here we have it. This is my little recap. This was probably the best games I've ever played in Mech Arena. Very, very competitive. These guys were very strong. In contrast to most of the games that we play in this this particular game, battling against AI is kind of nothing compared to this sort of stuff. So, whereas AI won't do a lot of things that human players do, they won't shoot over tabletops, they won't hunt you down, they won't corner shoot, all that sort of stuff. Human players will. So, yeah, if you really want good competitive gameplay, I do suggest that you look at a Discord server, very similar to Mayhem. There are a few others around. It will give you a better gauge on how well you play, but also give you a lot more enjoyable gameplay. So anyway, I'm going to close off with that. Again, this was an awesome challenge to be in, an awesome competition. I'm very appreciative of the players that we did come up against. Everybody put in their fair effort. It was kind of a fairy tale thing that we won against the people that we lost in the first assignment. So yeah, definitely stoked on that. Anyway, boys and girls, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you next time. It won't be such a competitive style video, I would assume. It'll be back to shooting AI. Okay, guys. Bye.